Becker lost to Sampras. That's the only match he's lost.
Good tactics at the moment from Jim Courier. He doesn't want to let Pete Sampras start to dictate the match, so he's changing up his tactics. He's going into the net occasionally again after the first serve. He's not trying to serve and volley. He waited for that serve before he made the approach shot.
Very nice. Watch this again.
He goes in behind a good approach shot. This is not a very effective pass from Sampras down the middle of the court, and it's up very high and allows Courier to execute. You can see when he gets time to play those, he's got pretty good touch on the volley, but it's the lowest volleys that Jim Courier doesn't like to play with the grips that he has. Those volleys around your shoelaces become pretty difficult.
Now let's hear that disclaimer that you usually make right after a statement like that. Now, no volley off the shoelaces is an easy volley.
Well, it's a lot easier if you're a natural volleyer and you have the right grip like a Sampras or an Edberg. None of those are easy, but they're a lot more difficult if you have to change grips from a Western forehand or that big change that Courier makes from the two-handed backhand. Doesn't really have to do it when he serves and volleys because he's pretty much got that Eastern backhand grip to serve with.
Time is, as you said, closing in on Pete Sampras now. This is game point for Courier at 4 games all in the second set. He won the first set in a tiebreak after being down 3 points. 2 break points in that first set tiebreak. He was also down set points before that on his serve. .30.
Down the line, and Courier knows where he's going, but it was a pretty tough shot. He had to look as though he was covering there, but you can see with the wrist movement or the grip. See the grip that he's got there trying to make that backhand volley? That's a tough one to do because with the wrist in front of that racket, you cannot get any pace on the ball.
Attempted backhand volley with a forehand grip, and that, as you say, you just don't have the power. Game point.
Well, now it gets a little interesting. Can't see the woods for the trees. Let's hope that he's
taking a walk in the forest. He's not feeling that way at all. This is white knuckle time. He did that beautifully against Richard Krajicek on the first day to keep his chances alive here. Now he did very well yesterday too against Michael Chang. Served a couple of important points very well here in this match so far. So if there was a stat that said percentage of crucial points won with this tournament, the #1 player in the world is the man who'd come out on top. Gavin Forbes on the top right of your screen. He's Jim Courier's agent. And Jose Higueras next to him is his coach.
Well, that was a very close call. He's not going to get an overrule from Dana Leconto. So, again, as you mentioned, on a big point, Courier once more comes up with the goods. Ace number 14. In 2 sets for Jim Courier. Good serving.
Make that 15 again at the important point. So it's 5 games to 4. Courier over Pete Sampras. Sampras will serve when we come back. Courier won the first set. Hope that it's a beautiful Saturday wherever you're watching us. Here in Frankfurt it is cold. It hasn't had much rain since I arrived anyway a couple of days ago, but the cold, the German cold winter is already upon us. We'll be back, of course, in Germany for the Grand Slam Cup in Munich. But you're watching for now the IBM ATP Tour World Championship. This is the most important year-ending event as far as I'm concerned. That's certainly the way that the players feel about it. And this is Pete Sampras serving to Jim Courier.
That's basically why our tone of voice is a little lower today. We've got a bit of a sore throat, both of us, because we put that down to the change of weather. An ace serve there from Pete Sampras. Courier questioning the call.
Love. Game points for Sampras coming up. Easy game for Sampras and a 5-game draw. Courier has seen so many big servers lately. Talking about that the other day, he said Forget, Krajcek, played Krajcek again. He's seen Ivanisevic, and so before he played Michael Chang, he said, I really haven't had a chance to hit too many balls. So we'll see how well I'm playing then. Of course, yesterday he beat Chang in straight sets. Tough first set though.